Hey guys, welcome back. Tisha here, and we are back for another review of the Sister Wives season 4. I'm gonna apologize in advance because I watched this a few days ago, so I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of reading, but I will try and add commentary in where I can. If I remember, based on the title, this episode didn't have that much. I kind of felt like it was a filler episode, but let's go. So we begin the episode finding out that it's spring break and Logan, Maddie, Leon, and Hunter are going to be spending a week in Utah to hang out with family and friends. Logan says that they're going to see their grandparents and do all the things that they used to do when they lived in Utah. Cody says that he's excited that the kids are going back, but one of the things that he's concerned about is that he knows that the kids are planning on going to the house that they had in Lehigh, and he doesn't want it to accept them. Of course, it's going to upset them. It wasn't like they left willingly. They were forced to leave, not by the state of Utah, but by their parents. So we find out that not only are the kids going, but they're going by themselves. This is a lot of trust for teenagers that are going to be driving for several hours. I know here where I live, that wouldn't even be considered legal because you're not allowed to have a certain amount of occupants in a vehicle when you're a minor. So the fact that they were able to do this, maybe laws are different where they're at, and also it just shows that their parents really trusted them. We get reminded of how hard it's been for the kids during the move and how depressed that they've been, and how at first when they would take trips to Utah, every time they came back, it was like they were battling the depression all over again. But now they're at a place where they can handle going and coming back. So Cody feels like the trip will be good for them. Hunter speaks about how he is at the point now where he does like Vegas, but he still misses Utah. I think that this is kind of ironic because if I remember correctly, both Hunter and Logan do live in Vegas. So he did eventually get to a point where he liked Vegas. And I don't know if it was because they fell in love or what, but they did at some point end up staying in Vegas. Logan says that even though they're going back to hang out with their friends and all those things, that he's noticed over time that his dynamic with his friends has changed, that they aren't, it's not that they are not friends anymore, but they don't require as much of each other because they don't see as much of each other. We find out that they're staying at Bonnie's house, and we see them saying, "Hey grandma, hey grandma." So even though that grandma is technically only Leon's grandmother, they all refer to her as grandma, which is how close this family was at one point. Leon plans on moving to Utah despite coming to terms with being in Vegas. They just feel like that's where they're supposed to be. We then find out that the other siblings have been trying to contact Leon because Leon spent the night away from their grandmother's house. They were, I believe they said, with some cousins, and they did not answer the phone despite being called multiple times from the siblings. So Maddie lets us know that they decided to play a joke on Leon. So when Leon comes in the house, Leon looks all flustered and everything like that. And they let Leon know that Hunter has been arrested for being out past curfew with alcohol. Logan says Hunter got arrested. Leon says, "You're kidding me." Leon then tosses the pillow, drops their phone, drops their bag, and shouts, "You idiot," while slamming a door. Maddie then, to take it a step further, texts Mary, who we know is Leon's mom, and says to let Leon know that they have to come home early because of what happened with Hunter, and Mary participates. So Leon is upset. Leon comes out. They then have Hunter walk in to act like he's just getting back from getting picked up from being arrested. And as Leon is about to fuss, We hear them say April's Fools. They laugh about it, and that's the end of that scene. In the clip, they made it seem like Hunter was drinking and that it was really, really bad, and Leon's reaction was awful. Like, Leon was extremely judgmental and all those other things. But that's not what happened. It was just a joke. We then see the family, okay, now I'm remembering, sit down for their very first meeting of My Sister Wives Closet, and Robin is very excited. I never, when I saw this, thought that this was a good idea. I would never have a desire to buy jewelry that says like SW or, you know, things like that, because my name doesn't start with the S or W. I don't even have a nickname with those letters. I don't care about the Sister Wives, not like that, but it's not a part of my belief system. So why would I want jewelry that for them symbolizes that? We see the symbols from the, I think it's called the Colada ring that they all have, and how Robin worked with this jeweler to do it and all this other stuff. Them selling this jewelry, and supposedly there was supposed to be clothing as well, to me was one of the dumbest moves that they made as a family. They could make it, but it wouldn't be going anywhere. Like, how many polygamists are out there? How many polygamists would be excited to wear jewelry that identified them as such? I don't know. It came from Robin, though, so of course it has Cody's full support. We see Cody, I wanted to call him Cootie. We see Cody is excited about the linking hearts and all that other mess. Janelle lets it be known that she isn't into a design with a bunch of hearts, and she feels like it looks like something that 5-year-olds would wear. I kind of agree with Janelle. The jeweler, Brandon, has been asked to be a partner with them in this business. Cody says one of the things that he likes about My Sister Wives Closet is that everyone in the family is invested. And I don't think it started or stayed that way. Janelle didn't really seem invested to me. What I've kind of realized over time with Janelle is a very much go the flow person, unless it's something that she really, really disagrees with. She's one of those people who allows things to like build up and then she expresses her thoughts. I don't know if this is a tactic or if this is just how she is, but I don't think that Janelle was ever really for the Sister Wives Closet. She didn't seem that interested in the meeting. She just seemed to be like nodding and just letting them say whatever they wanted to say, disagreeing with some things, but not really voicing her opinion on others. Janelle said that they need to figure out a business plan either way because they have kids that need to go to college, they have houses that they need to purchase, and they really need some additional income. Robin feels like their differences are what's going to make the business do so well. I noticed that everyone is shaking their head and agreeing with her saying that, but Janelle. I still don't think that Janelle thought that this was a good idea. As I said before, it was just because Cody liked it that she went with it. We then see them take the other kids that did not go to Utah to golf, and they split the families into teams with the adults. They talk about how Christine is known for cheating, and we see her while she's playing the games, taking away numbers and putting the same putt, and even though she's hit the ball multiple times, she's still at number 58 and things of that nature. We then go back to the teens who are going on a hike, and they talk about how one of the things they love about Utah is the scenery, that unlike Vegas, which is dry, Utah allows them to enjoy the green grass and the mountains and the water. We then hear again about how Leon plans on being in a plural marriage, but still wants to pursue their goals of being a doctor, that they've wanted to be a doctor since they were young. We hear that it's 40 degrees outside and they're going to have a picnic. And as the teens are complaining about how cold it is and why would we do a picnic out here on this cold day and all this other stuff, Hunter lets them know that they need to man the F up. Not Hunter, I'm sorry, Logan lets them know that they need to man the F up. He really expresses that. And we hear from Janelle that Logan is a good kid and that he just likes to use words to shock people. And as a result, she's not going to give it any attention. She says he only uses it when he's frustrated. And he's very frustrated at this time with Hunter because everything that's going on. I don't feel like it's an excuse. I just don't. Christine points out that she doesn't care where they are and what the situation is, that Logan, as the oldest, should be there to inspire his siblings, not to F-bomb them. To me, the interesting thing about it is that he didn't even use the word the right way. He just wanted to say it because what they were doing didn't even require them to curse. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't curse from time to time, because I do. It's something that I have worked on over the years. And in this given situation where I am speaking on camera, I always tell my son that once you put something out there on social media, on a platform where it goes through the internet, that it never disappears. As a result, I'm very aware of what I'm saying. And I feel like they should have had certain talks with their children about the words that they use when they know that they were going to be on a national program. I also feel like, as a parent, we're not oblivious to the fact that our children are using things and saying things that they shouldn't say. But Logan seemed really comfortable with saying what he had to say, and he smirked, and it reminded me a lot of Cody when he did it. Logan lets us know that Leon doesn't curse like them, and Leon holds themselves to a higher standard. Hunter says that he doesn't swear like that, and he feels like Logan swearing shows that he has a lack of intelligence. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that at all. They leave. We see them leave their grandma Bonnie's house to go to their old house, and we find out that Mary's sister Rebecca lives there. So as a result, they're able to look at it and walk through. They walk in there, talk about how much nicer the place looks. Kind of looks the same to me, except that it has some greenery and maybe additional furniture, but it kind of looks the same to me. But they would know because they live there. We hear how this is like making it sink in, and that the kids have been holding on to the fact that they would move back, and that now that they're standing in this space, it doesn't feel like they'll move back into that home, and it's hard. Mary then speaks about just how special that house was and how great it was for them all to be living in that same home. I think that they thought that moving with the 4 homes together in Vegas would eventually reunite them, but you aren't recreating what you had when you were in the one large home. What you're creating is a little mini community. Y'all are neighbors. The same way you interact in one house where all you have to do is swing the door open and you're in another part of the house, is not going to be the same way you interact when you have to come out and walk across the way or wherever to get to another house. Cody says that he enjoyed the one home so much more. In his opinion, everyone was able to have their own autonomy. Now, we know that the other wives didn't feel that way, because that's one of the main things that Christine talked about, was when she got in Vegas, that was the first time like she could run her household the way that she wanted to run her household. And we know that this is true because she didn't have to worry about people coming in and out. And Cody only came in when he, seems like when it was time for him to go to bed or eat. As Leon is talking about no longer being in Utah, we see Maddie crying, and it's obvious that they miss what they had. And that is all that I have for this episode. I said it was a really short episode, and it wasn't a whole bunch to it. I don't want to fluff it to make it be a longer video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see if this works, you guys. And until next time.